Oh no. Are we on?
We're
Oh god.
on!
Oh no. What are we what's happening? Where am I?
Don't
Hi,
worry about it.
welcome to Players in Book, a live D&D game where I get to play with the best players in the world, including Katie Downey here. Latia Jaquise, Lauren Urban, and Jennifer Kretschmer are out this week. They are currently, I believe, fighting the Ninja Turtles. They were recruited by Shredder. So,
Yes, I've got to go after this to do a report on it. So I've got
right,
my
yeah.
big yellow van
Yeah.
outside. I'm ready,
I mean,
ready
it's
for
three v
this.
four. It's 3v4, but I'm confident our cast will probably do
Oh
pretty
yeah,
well.
I mean that group,
Yeah. Plus, they have Shredder on their side, so I think he's
the foot
actually.
is toast.
Yeah. No, no, no. They're not fighting Shredder.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, no, no. They're fighting the Ninja Turtles.
No.
Yeah. They
Oh,
were recruited by Shredder. Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta do. So, I sent a gift basket that really needs to be recalled. Then,
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah.
Well, um, we are doing a bonus action this week, so that's fun. I guess I'll just introduce myself. Or no, no, Katie, you're first. Always first.
Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. I'm very fidgety tonight, so I'm going to be playing with my hair. I apologize. But yeah, hi. Nice to meet you. Usually I appear on this stream as I came up with a new intro. She is the Triton of 1,000 names. Um, and Tallulah O'Draken. She is a fabulous, ridiculous. You're welcome for the code. Thank you for popping in. She is a ridiculous College of Eloquence bard, and that I love College of Eloquence. It is quite possibly my favorite subclass of bard because it just fits so well. I think, and it's nice to have a bard that isn't
It's the
necessarily dance or acting
It really
or
is the bardiest bard, I would
it
argue.
really is, yeah.
Purest form of bard.
Yeah. I think they have like College of Eloquence bards are I think modern day in my mind. I don't know.
Mm.
But I don't know where I was going with that.
You like bards. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, that's me. What about you, Sim? Who the hell are
Hi,
you?
I'm Jeremiah Cimmerian. And I normally DM for this game. I have a start playing game running every Wednesday with a slot open if anybody's interested. We are I believe the players are currently unraveling a conspiracy against the Hivernian government and trying not to die while doing so. It's good times.
It's good to have goals.
Good goals.
It's good to have goals. It's really funny because I am fortunate enough to be playing in 3 games right now, run in this world, and it's really fun seeing like what's happening in this part of the world right now. Oh, what's happening over here, and then like something will come up in a game like just this little sort of easter egg that ties into one of the other games and I'm the only person besides you going oh okay and it's really amusing. I really enjoy that.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
But I guess what would be a good idea. Let me do the
yeah.
credits real quick, just on the off chance that any of this comes up. Cartography by Shay and Peku. Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek Force 6. Custom tokens by Shay and Peku Tokens. Overlay art by Pax Stream. Custom world map by Freckle Sketches. Logo by Luke McCay. And special thanks to our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. Also, I suppose we should mention briefly,
Oh yeah.
so we can get into it, our Patreon and Twitch integration. So you can join our Discord and pre-ask bonus action questions there.
Hmm.
Um,
Quick thing, because I've got to put together a like a what do they call them, photo document thing. I don't remember, but I've got to put together a little image. If you are a Patreon supporter or a Twitch subscriber, you have access to the Discord channel. But you will need to tie your Discord account to Patreon or Twitch in order for it to be able to um, connect.
Otherwise, how would they know?
Yeah,
Those apps are not connected
yeah.
otherwise.
So you got to do that. Pictograph. That's what I was trying to remember. So I'm going to put together like a little
Ah,
pictograph. Oh wait, I wanna give credit where I should. Hang on. Going. Yes. Sorry. Cassius actually got a hold of me to let me know that that extra step was involved. So, shout out, thank you for giving us the heads up on that. Much appreciated. And you have to tell it to um, put you on the server. You still have to join. You'll get like a link or something.
all right. Let's dive into our questions out of the bonus action questions channel from our Discord server. There's not a lot, but there's a few. Why is every NPC hot? I don't know that that's necessarily
No,
true.
it's true. It's true.
Um, oh, also, to anyone who is currently watching, if you want to ask some questions, you can also ask them in the chat.
Please
The
put in front of the question in all caps question
hmm.
and then type out your question, and that way it gets my attention because I don't have glasses or contacts right now. So,
I would say that. I mean, it's the tokens I'm using mostly. I would argue.
but that makes the NPCs hot. I mean, if that's what they look like, then they're all hot. This is like the
Sure.
hottest world that has ever existed. Heimel
Uh,
stands for hotties.
Actually, it's literally the opposite. Uh, Heimel means icy, cold.
They're ice cold hotties, Sumerian.
Uh huh.
That's how that
Oh
works.
yeah. What's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to hear me. You
Try to
just want
try
to
to trip up an
dance.
Atlanta girl with Outcast.
That's the saddest song.
It
It's
really
such a
is.
it was such an upbeat tone.
Yeah.
Especially when he gets to the middle of it and he's like, "Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to dance." And then he completely stops being personal and
Hmm.
he just does the little dance, like the dance to this. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's all you're gonna do.
It
That's all
like
that
the
matters.
when you actually sit down and you listen to a lot of the lyrics on Love Below, that era, um, it it's really sad because you can see the rift that's developed between Big Boy and Andre, and it's one of those
Isn't
where I think you get people who are tremendously talented and skilled and have this amazing um, message that they're trying to convey, and that can change and shift over time. And I think the fact that they were smart enough to say, okay, you know what? This is going to be a problem if we don't end it now. I think is something that a lot of artists could learn from.
That's fair. Absolutely fair.
Primal is
Uh,
for hotties is a t-shirt. Yes, we need to put it on the list.
Let me put it on the
We should
list.
probably
Is
start doing something with that list.
I mean, maybe at some point. Um, right. So, God, what was the name of the other? So it was the Love
Speaker box
Below.
and the love
Ah, there we
below.
go. Okay, yeah, there we go. And it was that mostly most people refer to that album just as the Love Below,
Yeah.
but yeah, I knew there was a second thing to it.
There's two parts because one of them was Andre's and one of them was Big Boy's.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was
All
so
right.
smart, like putting contributing to each other's vision and at the same time getting to have your own get out. That was a really cool move that they did at that point.
Uh, but from that aside,
Yeah.
um, the thing is, so I think the Greek 4-6 token set is originally supposed to be for PCs. Like the vast majority of them are. There's like 20 packs for player characters, and that's where I use most of those are the ones I use for NPCs. And everybody wants their player character to be hot. So almost all of them, probably like 99.9%, 1% of them are extremely hot individuals in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Um, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm sometimes very surprised at the reactions people get because I, I'm not exactly good at recognizing aesthetically pleasing things, which is always been a blind spot for me.
Hmm.
So sometimes I'll put up a token and you guys will be like, "Oh my god, he's so hot." And I'm like, "Oh." Eh. And sometimes
Is he?
sometimes it's interfered with the tone and like what I'm going for with an
Yeah.
NPC. I'm just like, "Well, I'll guess I have to adapt now."
I
That's how that goes.
mean, I do love. I'm a big fan of sexy evil. I'm not gonna lie. It has been my Achilles heel at many games where, like, when I was LARPing, if the person playing the big bad was hot, I was like, but we can save them, right? And I developed a little bit of a reputation for that. A phrase was brought up that will not be brought out. Um, and yeah, like, hot evil is my Achilles heel.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Um,
So this campaign is basically just me waiting for the fallout because everybody's hot, so it has to be the most evil world ever conceived.
it's entirely possible. I mean, I've introduced you guys to multiple extremely evil characters, and then you guys have been like, "But he's hot though," and
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
we'll figure out what we can do about that." That does remind me though. How do you feel about it now that you're in Brescia?
Ooh.
How do you feel about being inside Brescia for the first time in forever?
I was actually thinking about this 2 nights ago. I
Hmm.
started thinking about it, and last night I was thinking about it. And I'm really excited for what we're walking into. I like I love seeing the setting and the events of a game, seeing how they impact the characters and seeing how they grow from it. And I was thinking about it, and I think this is going to be really hard for Tallulah. Um, she is coming face to face with a city that she did not expect to ever come back to, and so she didn't leave on the best of terms. And now she's having to come back and having to face that. And I put a lot of thought the other night into what kind of impact being back in this environment that she wanted to get away from so badly would have on her, and that she's returning to um, this lifestyle that she was so desperate to get away from and to escape. Um, so I'm really excited for how the um, the thoughts that I was kind of going through and processing. I'm excited to see how that's going to come out in game. Um, I wanna give a shout out to Omega, um, who put a TikTok up on their channel recently, and they were talking about AP players, and they said take an acting class. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? That's actually really good advice because I've gotten I've gotten lazy, not lazy, but I slip out of character very quickly, I've noticed. And it was a nice little bird in my ear and actually got me really jonesed about playing again and buckling down and really getting back into experiencing the character as a role. So I'm super stoked for what's coming up, because it's an opportunity for this character to develop in a tremendous number of ways. And having a group around her that she cares about, the crew, she genuinely cares about them. And so she's going in to this city to face up to all the stuff she did. And she's bringing these people that she really wants to like her into this situation, fully knowing they're about to see the consequences of her being her worst self. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited.
You were talking about acting, and it reminded me of a moment where I'd probably felt prouder than I looked, because I don't know what it looked like on the stream. I haven't quite watched that episode again back yet. But when Karadig had his anxiety attack,
Yeah.
I let myself actually feel the anxiety.
Yeah.
So, you know how when you get like super anxious, sometimes you get that sort of feeling in your stomach and
Yep.
stuff like that. I started to feel it and I was like, okay, well, I want to use this, but I don't want to let it go too far because
Yeah.
that'll make me unable to actually DM. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like writing that a little bit and just playing with it.
Yeah. That was I loved that though. I loved the fact that this NPC um has such true emotional impact from what is going on. Like the whole mention of acting class just made me really examine um how how I want to try to improve. And I think that's something really valuable. And what you're saying, that you actually let that emotion hit and you let it come through, I think is exactly the kind of thing that I really want to get back to. So yeah, it
That is something they tell you to be careful about, though, as
bleed is a
if you,
thing.
yeah, you want to
Yeah.
be, you can use it, but you don't want to let it take over
Yes.
because, yeah.
I'm very big on Meisner method.
Mm,
Absolutely love Meisner. If you're not familiar, Meisner is very much a react to what you're receiving in the moment instead of trying to hit a particular goal. Um, the goal is just to be in the moment, know the character enough to trust and play the scene how that person would, how they would react, instead of trying to get, oh, I want to make this person cry or something like that. um Stanislavski, you're pulling from your history to try to recreate a moment. And I just think Meisner is a much more grounded approach for myself. So um it really has me all geeked up about like theater and gaming and the connection there. And one of the things that I learned with theater, that I never that was really good with for a long time with gaming,
mm,
is managing bleed. I never had a bleed problem acting. Um, but you're given a script and you have a guideline for how things are going to play out when it's scripted. There's a barrier, a cushion there. And so with an AP, or if you're doing like a long form improvised theater, you don't have that same cushion. If I go out to a LARP to NPC, um, I have a skeletal structure of here's what's going on, here's what you're here to do, here's what we'd like, go have fun. Um, but a lot of that is of it's of an improv variety. So you're just kind of hoping that you're playing something but you're not putting so much of yourself into it that it causes that bleed. And I think that's a lot of where the bleed comes from is you're putting something of yourself into this. And so the exchange in a dialogue or something like that has an element of yourself to it. Whereas if you're in theater, you don't have that. And I think that's why I experience bleed in gaming, but not when I was doing theater. And I
I've
apologize, I have not had my Vivance today, so I may be all over the place. I apologize.
No, no, this is a good line for us to go down because you're talking about like gosh, the various methods of acting,
Yeah.
which I don't personally put I mean, there's something to be learned from, I think, both Stanislawski and Eisner. Um, but yeah, I think people who stick to one form or the other are limiting themselves as
Yeah.
actors, probably.
Hmm.
Um,
You
because what
get completely different performances based on different methods,
yeah.
and it doesn't mean that something's bad or good. It's just what works for you.
This was oh God, what was I think it was Olivier and I want to say De Niro were in some film or another together back in the like 60s or 70s or something like
Hmm.
that. And De Niro is doing like full method acting.
Oh yeah.
And he's describing it to Olivier, and Olivier is like, "Have you tried just acting?"
That is.
He's like, I'm not eating, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm just blah. And he's like, "Have you just tried acting?" Like,
I know there are a lot of people who like method acting. I
yeah,
think I do not like method acting. Um, I I I especially don't like the modern take of method acting where let's say a certain person sends dead animals to their
yeah.
castmates for a movie coming up because they're playing the villain. That's messed up. That's not method acting. That's being frightening. That's being an asshole. You don't have to live as your villain character for 2 months. If you need to do that, maybe don't play that kind of role.
There's a big difference between that level of method and
Yeah.
somebody just staying in character between scenes
Yeah.
too. But yeah,
Yeah. And I still don't like that.
I don't necessarily either, but that's a
Yeah.
different level, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a
Oh,
level
yeah.
that you could see happening and be like, okay, well, you know what? That's how you do this.
I
I'm
mean,
okay. If
Val
it works, it
Kilmer did
works.
method acting,
Yeah.
and he is one of, I think, the best actors
Mm,
of my lifetime.
yeah.
Um, I just, method acting scares me
Yeah, because yeah,
because you wind up
we are just
like
talking
Heath
about like,
Ledger.
well, his was a lot less intense than most method actors, actually.
Well, he stayed in character,
Mostly.
and
He
that was
actually
that
yeah,
was the
he actually fell in
problem.
and out. He actually fell in and I've seen some of the behind the scenes. He fell in and out of character pretty often.
Yeah.
But at the same time he did stick to it. But I don't necessarily think that it was the method acting that sort
Oh,
of
there were a whole bunch of other
yeah,
reasons. I just think it was a contributing reason.
sure. What my I very much am more in the improvisational than
Yeah.
planned acting sort of the way I tend to do things.
Hmm.
So I'm like especially as I'm just finding my path as the path is I'm putting the tracks down not just for the story that is being told but also for the characters that I'm playing as the train's about to run over that part of the track. So I'm just like I
Real
know
real
the
quick.
character
Bye, Buzz. Okay.
Oh, I know the characters that I'm playing decently. Like I
Yeah.
have a guideline in my head, but then I'm like, they're also going to react to the world in a way that hopefully is authentic and realistic. But I can't guarantee that it's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. We don't get a second take.
No. And that's why I love theater so much.
Mm,
I I'm not a fan of acting on film. I don't feel like I am geared towards film acting because again, I like Meisner so much, it's hard for me to remember to hit the same spot to
to
give
be
the
fair,
line exactly the
but
same.
we also don't get to rehearse.
Yeah.
Theater doesn't get a second take, but they do get to rehearse.
A lot of films do as well. They're
Yeah.
just they don't have like
Oh,
a
yeah. I
set that
wasn't saying that.
they're yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that films don't. I was
Oh,
saying
okay.
that yeah,
Yeah.
we look at stage and be like, well, you guys, you have to go with what
Yeah.
ends up on the stage, and you're going to make mistakes from time to time. The
Yeah.
interesting thing is, I think not in some mistakes are real mistakes.
Yeah.
Some mistakes are just opportunities to continue on down the line of a character, because not
Yeah.
every character is always, not every person is consistent in the way
Mhm.
they act all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, but we're getting really into this. We should
What was the
probably.
question?
Well, okay. So we went back to, this originated from you started talking about how you
Oh,
I
going to
can't remember the
Brescia.
guy's name. Yeah, we were going to Brescia and we were talking about the
Yeah.
interactions of people, and then you eventually were talking about how Omega had talked
Omega.
about
Yeah.
how people should do acting classes
Mhm.
who are in actual plays, and then you want me to go all the way through it, because I can go all the way through the conversational
No,
arc.
I'm good now. Like I've backtracked
I
enough
know,
to
I know.
know.
I just like that's my party trick. And then I said,
It's too bad David Letterman isn't around, or we could get you
yeah,
on for oh, what was it? I don't think this is a stupid trick, but it was stupid human tricks.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But then I was mentioning how when I was playing Kara and he went through his anxiety attack, I felt
Yeah.
actual anxiety. Then you started talking about method, and then we started talking about acting in more general sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, being able to tell where a conversation started and how because every once in a while you'll be in like a large conversation with a group of people, and they'll be like, "How did we get on this topic?"
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "I know how."
I am always the person asking that.
It's almost everyone gets that way, because no one remembers the path of the conversation. Just they sort of like remember it in vague sort of things.
I
But
just feel like having a memory is a superpower. Like
it
I feel like that is a superpower.
it's one of those things. It's so funny that sometimes I mentioned this on Twitter recently, but I'll tell someone a story that
Yeah.
I know I've told them before,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they remember it or not, because people's memories are pretty a lot. Their memories are not as good as my memory.
Yeah.
But I bet there's plenty of times I do that, and they do remember having the story told to them before, but they're too polite to say anything.
I will often not remember a story at the start, but then somewhere
Mm,
along the line, the person will say a particular
gotcha.
point, and I'll be like, "No, wait, you did tell me about this, but I don't remember what happens."
I don't remember the
That
punchline.
that
We
is
have
a
to keep
thing.
going. Yeah. I vaguely remember this. I know that you've said it to me before, and
Hmm.
that's all I know. Uh,
I know
yeah,
I've
no.
heard those words in your voice.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I just started like I used to be, and I used to be one of those people. I still do it sometimes, where I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you told me this before," and I think other people think I'm just being like, "Yeah, I vaguely recall this," but
Yeah.
most of the time when I say that, I remember it in detail.
Yeah, yeah. I need to remember that. I think I just moved too far away. I need to
No,
remember that.
because it really disrupts conversations to do that to people.
Yeah,
So sometimes I won't say anything
yeah,
because we're in a conversation, and if I be like, "Hey, stop," I know this already.
yeah,
Then our conversation has now ground to a
yeah.
it is navigating a world where people's memories aren't as good as mine is actually a little bit more difficult than it might seem on the
I
surface.
have never actually thought about that. That's a really delicate social dance.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah. And you have to be like really comfortable with somebody to be like, let's actually, we could skip ahead.
yeah,
I know what you're about to say for over the next 10 minutes. Let's
yeah.
get to the end of that conversation.
I've gotten to the point where I just assume that I don't know the
Mm.
story and just let people go. And if I realize I do know it, and they don't need to go on, I'll say, "Oh no, yeah, I remember you telling me about this." Blah blah blah.
I'm usually pretty clear because my memory's not perfect either. So every once in a while I'll be like, I do remember this, but I don't remember exactly the next bits
And
of it. Yeah.
that is often my
I'm
thing of I
I'm very
remember you
clear about
telling
it.
me this, but I
Yeah.
don't remember what
I'm very
happens.
clear about it. I'll be like, I do remember you saying this. I remember vaguely. And then by the time you get to the end of it, I will absolutely already have recalled it.
Yep.
But it's like, it's not worth stopping you like 75% of the way through and
Oh
being
my
like,
god,
ah,
we had a
yes.
hype train. Oh,
Oh,
thank you. I didn't
is
even
it
see it
still
come
ongoing?
in.
Yes, it is still
Oh, I've
ongoing.
collected all of the level 1 emo. Thank you. The player in book has collected all of the emotes. Thank you.
Nice.
That's really sweet. Yay. Who was that? Buzz. Thank you,
Buzz. Right
Buzz.
before Buzz left.
He's really sneaky about that. Like I always miss. Although I will say, I'm gonna trash talk Buzz here, even though he's not here. He will occasionally try to be sneaky, and if I go on break or something, he'll send him out while I'm on break, so I can't yell at him. I've gotten real good at looking for those.
Um, who asked, how does gravity work on Heimel? Or
I
does the
believe
planet
it
just
was
suck everyone?
fuel, but let me double check. No, I'm sorry, it was Cassius.
Cassius.
I'm the worst.
I don't
Oh
know.
no, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't. Cassius had another one that I missed. I need to
Oh,
go
okay.
back up through chat. Um,
Scroll, scroll, scroll.
Scroll,
Goes this
scroll.
question further. That's Cassius. Scroll, scroll,
There's
scroll
one
some
from
more.
Cassius, which I need to
Oh, I'm not
copy into
seeing it.
chat.
There it is. It is fuel.
Okay.
How does gravity work on Heimel, or does the planet just suck everything down? Okay, so I don't know. Uh,
Can
I
you
have
read it
a
again?
oh. How does gravity work on Heimel, or does the planet just suck everyone down? I don't know. Uh, I vaguely have some funny ideas where it would be interesting if the planet is actually accelerating, but that would mean that the other, yeah, accelerating at 1G in one direction,
I
but it
have
would be like,
concerns.
I don't think I'm going to do that though because I'd like to use the other side of the plate as a setting, and it would
Yeah.
be a problem if that was how gravity happened.
It
So,
would. That would make it more difficult.
mm.
Yeah. That would make it much more difficult.
So what I'm probably just going to settle on is IDK magic.
I don't know. Don't die.
That's how Faerun does it.
Yeah.
Faerun doesn't have like it's a planet, but it doesn't have gravity the way it's supposed to, and like that's how Spelljammer stuff works.
Yeah.
When a
Yeah.
Spelljammer ship goes up into the thing, it just has one standard gravity, not because its mass is pulling people down, but that's just how
Mm-hmm.
it works.
Magic,
Uh,
dude.
IDK magic is it. This is the thing when I work. I'm a primarily a science fictiony guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love science fiction. My settings are always going to have a science fictiony influence. In fact, Brescia is just essentially going to be a low rent cyberpunk town.
So my thought when we got there and we
Mm-hmm.
first walked through the gate, for some reason it popped in my head, like when Serenity would make port on some of the rougher planets
Mm-hmm.
and they'd go into like those city areas. That's kind of what I pictured when we walked into Brescia.
You were so on the nose with what I was going for.
Awesome.
Do you remember in the movie Serenity when they go
Yep.
into that bar and
Yeah.
there's propaganda playing
Yep.
on the thing and it
That. Oh
reprograms a
yeah, and it had
person?
the message. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's how
I
on the
had the
nose you were.
picture right, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah.
yeah, you didn't make that
Which I
connection.
loved that, by the way. That having a subliminal message in the propaganda is creepy as hell. I love it.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
think I think I've been working in my head on what that message actually is for you to eventually like as you get further into the city, it's going to get more intense. You're already immune to it, but
Yeah.
you'll eventually be able to sort of perceive it. I think it's perfectly suited for you to be able to perceive it because like that's actually your thing
Yeah.
in both psychic damage, psychic control, and that kind of stuff, like being
Yeah.
able to detect it.
Mind things.
It's something like the Empress only asks you to follow two commandments.
Yeah.
Uh, you shall have no other gods before me, and thou shalt kill.
Oh my god.
It's a lot. There's a longer line than that, but I don't want to
That's
like do the whole thing.
that's dark and I love it.
It's something like the other gods will ask you to like follow their rules so you can be rewarded after death. I will reward you in life,
Oh my god.
and yeah, but
That
you got to
is
follow my rules.
dark and I'm here for it.
Um, is the other side of the plate called Lomol or something else? I
Yeah.
don't know yet. we haven't visited it. We haven't even it hasn't none of my games have
Mm-mm.
even come close to approaching visiting the other side of the plate yet.
Mm.
When it happens, I'd love to have a name for it though, because it's going to be a very dark sun inspired setting.
Oh, nice.
Uh de- Deserty and all that other
What
stuff.
is that?
So
I apologize if y'all can hear Brandy. She's barking at something outside right now.
but yeah, no, so yeah, I don't know yet.
Hmm.
I've definitely given it some thought. I mean, it's not it is the same planet, but it's
Yeah.
like the name that they have on that side. What are they doing? I've already considered that the other side has dune seas, like sand
Oh,
that you sail ships through.
yeah.
Um and a bunch of other stuff that I have been working on, but they're all concepts that I haven't fully crystallized into anything because
Yeah.
again, I always say nothing really exists until the players visit it. Until a set of players visit. It doesn't matter which players in one of my games in the setting. And then I'm like, okay, well now this part of the setting is more crystallized into an actual thing. And you laughed
Hmm.
really hard at something, and I'm curious what that thing is.
I'm pinning the comment. Um, Cassius said, so the plan is to change the second commandment to "Thou shalt kiss." Gotcha. Now kiss.
Peace. Um, hmm. Uh, sure, maybe. Um, whatever, man. Um, nah, yeah, I've been like I said, I've been working on that. I've also been working on some stuff for like the rebels to do as speeches and stuff when the
Yeah.
time comes.
Oh,
Was it
I
what
might
was
be working on some speeches too.
like the only birthright of empires is to die, or like an empire can't love you, it can't hate you, it can only oppress you. The only thing
Yeah.
an empire has in common with the people that it oppresses is uh is the thing I'm going to help it do: die.
Oh. Oh.
um
I like that. That's dark and terrifying, and I'm here for it. Sorry.
but yeah, like these people are going to be very much anti-empire at this point because they've been in it for a little while now.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
quite like it's been pretty rough in
Well, it's
Brescia for
been
quite
going
some
on for
time.
years because
Yeah. And one of the triggering moments for the current level of upheaval in Brescia City itself is one of the outlying villages went into open rebellion, and rather than
don't.
send
Oh
in
wait, I
some
think I know what you're gonna say. Don't
hmm?
don't say that yet
Why is that? You don't?
because
Okay.
we haven't said it in game.
I mean, fair. I don't care
Yeah,
about
I'd
spoilers,
hold
but I
off on that
understand
because
other people do.
that's kind of a big
I think it's the
eyebrow
kind of thing that you
raiser.
guys might have already figured out. Like it's something your characters shouldn't be surprised by.
Well, we don't know
Yeah.
yet because the
It's one of those things where your characters shouldn't be surprised by it, but I'll
we won't
probably
be
like
surprised by it,
I'll
but
ask no, I'll ask for a knowledge check to see if you guys had heard about it, because
yeah,
both you and Rivulet are inhabitants of this area, so you have
yeah,
contacts and people
yeah.
that might have been come by and be like, "Hey, you hear about that thing that happened?"
Wait, what? Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, that's some stuff that's in my head for what triggered the more recent spate of like rebellious and rebellion
Yeah.
talks. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and then of course everyone's being concentrated into the into at the university campus.
Yeah.
Uh
I have
n-
thoughts about that.
there's definitely no negatives ever going to come from something like that.
From putting all of the people who are the problem in one place,
It's
one
really
easily
easy.
targeted location.
It's funny because you guys are going to be like, how do we get in? It's going to be so hard. No, it's very easy to get
Yeah.
into the
No,
university
why
campus.
wouldn't they want
It's
all these people going to the same place?
extremely hard to get back out though.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Now,
uh
I was thinking about it. And one of the things I was thinking about that we're going to have to talk to the group is knowing now what having better eyes on the situation. Do we want to go to the university knowing what we know?
yeah, I mean, you could let them die there, I think.
Yeah. So it's kind of a
That doesn't seem like the kind of thing Furlos would be okay with, but
no, furless, but and it's not, basically it would be more at that point, it would be more a matter of sending ascending and
yeah,
saying, hey, y'all know about this and this is going on, right? Are you okay? Do we need to get everybody out before we get in there? Should we get everybody out first, kind of thing?
could be interesting. I know right now there's still like, I mean, because the university is still being a university,
Yeah.
they're currently the one side project is rehearsing the play Hamlet
Oh my,
for what's going on? Something in chat?
I'm not reading that out
I'm
loud.
not reading that either. No, that's clever and
It's not true. I mean, it's not untrue,
it's a clever and great pun, but also nope.
but no.
Um, yeah, so they're rehearsing to. So what I actually have a plan for is they're rehearsing for Hamlet, and there is supposed to be a performance for the Empress later in, I think it's next week,
Hmm.
and more importantly, several of their actors have gone missing, and they need replacements, perhaps four of them.
I mean, I told you my hope.
Yeah, well, no, see, that's the thing. I can literally be like, well, the actress for this character is gone missing, and they
Yeah,
and the understudy is gone missing too, and we don't have anyone to play this character. What are we
yeah,
going to do?
yeah.
Uh, and see how that goes. Although that, gosh, that's going to be an interesting performance if you guys actually do make it to the Empress's sort
Mm,
of version of the performance, and then
yeah,
and then you show up on stage. Although I had this really, and again, this is a little spoiler, but not too bad. I had this really fun interaction where they're really excited about this play
yeah.
because they got a real ghost to play Hamlet's dad. They're like, there's an actor ghost in this
There's this
world.
dead guy.
No, there's a ghost who's a famous actor in stage plays. He plays ghosts and all
Yeah,
sorts of stuff. And they got him. And they're so happy they got him.
we got the ghost.
I can't remember. I don't have a name for him yet. I'll probably come up with
Well,
that before the
Casper,
session.
obviously.
Yeah, I'd probably just make something random, but not Casper. That would be a little on the nose.
Yeah, Vincent
Um,
Casper,
Beetlejuice. It'll
master
be fine.
thespian.
It'll be fine. It'll be Beetlejuice. Now,
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. God, there's a bit in Community. I don't know if you've ever seen Community, but is that a show you've watched?
Community? No.
No. They say the word Beetlejuice in three separate seasons, and the third time they say it, a person in a Beetlejuice costume passes by in the background. It's pretty great.
Okay, that's the kind of thing I love. That is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Community is just, one of the things I love about a show is when they get their continuity right. Like they
Yeah,
understand the things that have happened before,
yeah.
and that's technically a case of that.
It is. No, that's a continuity
Yeah, it's
joke.
like,
I love it.
yeah, it's like someone realizes, hey, we're saying Beetlejuice a lot. Did we? I wonder when they figured that joke out. The first time they
I
said it, the
am
second
willing to
time,
bet it was something one of the writers was like, I have always wanted to do this.
yeah,
I'm willing to bet
yeah.
it came on as something like that.
And like but what I mean is, what was it? The
Skeet,
first
wait,
time
Skeet Ulrich?
did they do it? The first time they said the word, and they were like, "Oh, we got to do this again," and
Yeah,
then again. Or was it like the third time? They're like, "Hey, I think we've said Beetlejuice 3 times in this show.
yeah.
We should do something. It would be really funny if we did." You should watch Community. I think Community is a really fun
I've
show.
had a lot of people tell me that, and the clips I've seen are all good. It's just, I don't know. I deeply, deeply dislike Chevy Chase. Um,
Well,
I used to
he
love
is,
him, and then I found out about who he
and
is as a
then you
person.
learned about him. Yes.
Yeah. And
Uh,
so every time I
Good
see
news.
him, it
He's the
makes my
butt of
blood
most.
boil.
Well, good news. He's definitely the butt of most jokes
Yeah.
that in on that show. He is not a well-regarded character by the characters
Hmm.
or in general. and he ends up losing his job as a actor after going on a fairly racist rant in one of the in between the scene. Apparently, he was just used some language he definitely shouldn't have,
Yeah.
and got himself kicked off the show. I actually think if you dislike Chevy Chase, you can definitely watch Community and be okay,
Okay.
because
Okay.
it paints him as the villain in almost every case.
Now, is it one that's like Parks and Rec where I have to power through the first season to enjoy it?
I would say no.
Okay.
By the Christmas episode of season one, so that's about halfway through season one, it gets really, really good. And then it
Okay.
stays really, really good until about season four. Season
Okay.
four is a bit of a drop off. Then it's five and six are great.
Yeah.
Um, but I'd say by the middle of the first season is when it really starts to come into its own. But there
Mhm.
are episodes before that which are also pretty great.
Yeah.
Um, so they're a little bit rarer, I would argue. But there's still stuff. There's still they do their very first like genre episode where it's like a mafia movie, but it's
Yeah.
with one of the characters working in the one of the characters is distributing chicken fingers in the from the from the cafeteria,
Okay.
and it gives him the power of a mafia boss. And I think it's their
Okay.
very first genre thing where they literally like they take a genre and they deconstruct it and put it
Yeah.
into
I
a
know they did a
community college.
Dungeons and Dragons
They
episode too.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They're it's really fun
Yeah.
actually. You know what? Hmm, maybe if we can find some time, we could sit down and watch some episodes together.
I am actually in the midst of rewatching a couple series in preparation for a show that I've got
Which one?
coming up. It just got announced. Shadow City Mysteries.
Mhm.
It is a actual play. I am sitting at a table with several folks that I LARPed with for years and years, and a couple folks who are new, and I don't know them, but like we've met and had discussions, and it's an amazing table. But it's like a clockwork noir, urban, like dark 1920s esque setting, and it's really really cool. The game is being written by a couple friends of mine. It's system agnostic, so you can use it in a bunch of different things. We're doing 5e just because everybody knows 5e. It's real easy, and we're trying to kind of showcase the system, so it makes sense to use that. Um, but my character I'm playing is very different from the roles I usually play. So I'm watching some different shows and stuff to kind of get into the
What
mindset.
shows?
Um Peaky Blinders, Gangs of New York is on my list.
Mhm.
Um what was the other one? Black Donnelly's.
Don't know that one.
It's modernish, but it's really good. It's about the Donnelly boys growing up in I think they were in the Bronx. I don't think it was Hell's Kitchen. I think it was the Bronx. And how they basically took over the Irish mafia there. So it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited about that. But once my viewing schedule opens up again, I'll put that on there. And yeah, we
Yeah, it
can
could be fun.
like you can do watch parties through Amazon.
Yeah. Oh well, you can't do it through Amazon anymore, but you can do it through
Oh,
Discord.
wait, what?
You can stream
Wasn't
your
that the
screen on
first
Discord.
paintball episode?
No, I was going to answer that. The first paintball episode, you're thinking of an episode. All of the episodes, I think, all of the episodes of Community are named after, or they're named like they are college courses. So
Oh
the one I'm
no.
thinking of is called Contemporary American Poultry, which is about, which is the chicken finger episode. The one you're thinking of, the with the paintball, is called Modern Warfare. Uh, and and Modern Warfare,
Wait, I think I've seen
interestingly,
clips from Modern Warfare. Did they
you
play on
probably have.
campus?
They did.
I've
It
seen
was
clips
also
from that.
yeah, and
It was pretty
I
good.
believe that was one of the earlier, not earlier, but like more important direct. Let me look at this up.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare Community. I want to double check before I say this out loud. So the director is Justin Lin, who is a fairly
Oh,
well-known action movie director.
okay. I was gonna say
Later
I know that
on,
name.
they do more than one paintball episode. There's a fistful of paintballs and for a few paintballs more, which is a two-parter in the next one. And I believe that one was directed by the Russo brothers.
Oh no way!
Yeah, the Russo
That's
brothers
cool.
actually, you may have noticed in at least phase 1 through 4ish that you saw a lot, you might have saw a lot of, well, you wouldn't notice this, but the
Uh,
audience who knows what I'm talking about, you would have saw various community actors and like bit parts in various things. They have little cameos from here and there. And that's because the Russo brothers were actually pretty involved in directing various episodes of Community
that's so cool. I did
originally.
not know that.
Yeah.
Very
Um,
nice.
Yeah. It's a
I
very I rewatched it somewhat recently,
mhm.
and it is important to remember that it is from, was it
Yeah,
like
it's a
early
product of its
2010s.
time.
But it does hold up, I
Yeah.
would argue. And in most of the cases where it's making a joke like that, it's making it at the expense of the people who it's supposed to be making it at the expense of. That's the
I've gone
important
back
part.
and watched 30 Rock a couple times.
Some of that probably doesn't hold up
Some
super
of it
well.
is very problematic.
Yeah.
Some of it I look at going, how the hell did you get that on TV? Like
Yeah.
they have completely removed a particular episode that had Jenna
In
in
blackface probably.
blackface
Yeah.
dancing down a hallway singing Ease on Down the Road.
Community has an episode that got pulled, and
It
it's
was the
actually
D&D one.
the D&D one
Yeah.
because God, what's his name? I can't remember the name of the actor, the guy that plays Chang. He was dressed and painted as a
Uh,
drow,
yeah. Yeah.
which is a little fuzzier, but
Don't get me into that. Oh,
yeah,
I
that's not an
I am an
argument that we're willing to
admin
have
on
here.
a LARP community that has 13,000 plus members, and we
Mm,
have banned the discussion of is dark elf makeup blackface.
that's
We have banned it
probably for the best to just
because,
not have that discussion at all. Yeah,
yeah,
well,
um,
that's what I mean by it's a little fuzzier,
yeah,
but it's probably, yeah.
yeah.
They, although they restored it, I think
Oh,
it
did they
was
go back with like
originally,
purple instead?
no, what, well, that actually probably would have been a good idea. They could
I
probably do that pretty easily.
love a purple, a
Um,
contoured purple makeup for a dark elf looks so damn cool.
they probably could do that in post very easily.
Yeah.
But no, they just brought the episode back. In the
Oh,
versions that or the streaming service that we watched it
did
on, it
they
was
cut
just
the
in the
scene?
list. No, it's still there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think net when it was on Netflix, I think they cut that episode entirely, and
Yeah.
then when it moved to a different streaming service, they brought it back, which I think
Yeah.
was Hulu.
I mean, I
Um,
still have. I love 30 Rock. I have every season
mhm.
on DVD. And the counter to that was Tracy Morgan had makeup turn him into a white woman. And at one point, he comes walking up, and he's got a lobster claw glove on. And Tracy, Tina Fey's like, "What? Why do you have a monster claw?" And he says, "Because they ran out of makeup. Because I made them do my butt." It's just, it was so ridiculous. And I looked back at that, and I was just like, "That's how the hell did you get Jenna past standards? Like, how the hell did you put that on national
I,
TV?" And the
yeah.
fact it was such a liberal show, you would think that,
Mm,
that would impact their decision to do that. It
I think
dude,
what
the
it does
90s
is
and 2000s are weird, man.
I think what it actually does, believe it or not, in some cases is make it a little worse because at that time the racists at least knew to kind of keep their shit hidden.
Yeah.
And the liberals were like, "But we're your allies,
Yeah.
so it's
It was
okay
very
to
much
make you."
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was very much the, "Oh, but we're on your team, so we can make the joke." And
yeah.
it's like, no, no. You still knew it was
Um,
wrong,
when it
but you
comes
did it.
down to it, Community, 30 Rock, The Office, and Parks and Recreation were for a certain amount of time on at the same time.
Yeah.
Out of all of those shows, I'd say, I mean, I think Community holds up mostly pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched a lot of 30 Rock. I know it's got some amazing bits. What's the one everyone always talks about is like the most layered joke ever of doing an improv scene where it's like one person is playing Sling
Oh,
Blade and the other
Sling
one's
Blade
playing
and Oprah.
Oprah. Yeah. That's one of the most layered
I
jokes you
sure
could
love
possibly
these
have.
I sure love these French fried potatoes. No,
No,
you
you
don't,
don't.
Oprah.
Oprah, which is like five jokes in
So
one.
good.
Uh,
And it's moments like that are why I love
yeah.
30 Rock. Or
I
like
I
you look
think
at Sex in
Parks.
the City. Hugely problematic by today's standards,
Mhm.
but we were operating under a completely different mindset at that point as women. And so we
Yeah.
bonded with this media and then years later realized all these troublesome points within it that kind of point to how fucked up we are.
None of them are perfect. I think
Yeah.
Parks and Recreation actually probably holds up the best out of
All
all
right,
of
I'll
them.
give it a shot then. Yeah.
But well, no, I was saying I think Parks and Recreation holds up the
Yeah,
best
that's
out
what
of
I'm
all of
saying.
them.
I'll give it a
But
shot.
but no,
Oh,
Community.
Parks and Recreation. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it holds up the best out of all of them, but Community is probably still my favorite out
Yeah.
of that era of comedies on television. So
Yeah. Okay.
very highly recommend. Although Parks and Recreation is fucking hilarious.
That's
It's
what everyone tells me and I tried watching it and got
season one is very bad.
that's
I
what
mean, it's not very bad,
everyone
but
tells. Literally every single person has told me that.
yeah. But and I don't even think you have to get through it. I think you could start at season two.
Yeah. One second,
Um,
sorry.
I think you could start at
Hi.
season two and be all right with
Okay.
that. But I'm gonna see if I can
I'm on
find.
the show though, so you have to behave.
Oh no, it's a dog.
It's a Brandy. Come here. Say
Um,
hi.
a good question to answer here. Question from Cassius. Might be a few episodes early, but what's Tallulah's current theory on what state the secondhand souls will find the queen? Will she be possessed, replaced?
Um, at this point, I can say Tallulah's going in there hoping that she's basically been tucked into a room somewhere and there's a shadow government who's running things in her name. Um, but given how long this has been going on, she's fairly certain that she's fairly certain that the thank you so much. Sorry, I just got dinner.
Oh,
Look at
that looks
this.
delicious.
Roast beef and broccoli and mashed potatoes.
All right. 2/3 of that looks delicious.
Are you not a broccoli fan?
I'm not a broccoli fan, no. It ruins
That's
the
usually what
flavor of
it is.
almost everything it's in for me. And in fact, um
But I think she deep down she hopes that the Empress is doing all this herself because it is the cleanest solution.
then
Um and
I have to
so
kill the least amount of people.
yeah. And you don't have to worry about um it's very simple to just remove a person from power and not have to worry about restoring their reputation or trying to exonerate them from what was done in their name. Uh, the world is much easier if it's black and white and not shades of gray. And so, in that regard, she's hoping that it's the Empress doing these things. Um, but there's a little part of her that's going, well, but I mean it is entirely possible that someone else has taken over and been doing this in her name and she has no clue what's been going on. So it's
I mean, it's reminded me of a thing I saw in Andor, which itself reminded me of a thing from actual World War II, which is one of the characters says to another character, I don't. I think the emperor doesn't know what's going on. I think the ISB is running a shadow. You don't know what that means, but the intelligence agency is running a shadow government behind the scenes,
Mhm.
and the emperor doesn't know that all of this is happening. And that was
I
very
watched
much
the
a
first season, so I'm following.
that yeah. Oh yeah, then you do know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
No,
forgot
that's
you had
okay.
watched the first one.
I've only watched the first season. I haven't
We
watched
just
second
talked about
season.
we
That's
just
what I
talked
need
about
to watch.
that is we just
That's
talked
what I
about how
need to
great we
watch.
just talked about how great my memory is, and I forgot that you'd watched Andor season one. I just want to call that out. Um,
Look, I'm amazed I remember I'd watched it.
but yeah, so someone says that, and it reminded me of in World War II, there were people who in Germany who genuinely believed that there's no way Adolf Hitler would be allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
It's yeah, he must it must be someone forcing him and puppeting him to do it, and I don't know yet how this will shake out, but I
yeah,
actually do think the more impactful version of the story is probably the one where the Empress is just straight up a bad person.
yeah,
I think that's the more
yeah,
impactful because it's more realistic, at
yeah,
least.
yeah.
Um,
And that's very much the way that Tallulah's thinking about it in her head is it would be so much easier if it's just she's evil.
mm,
And the truth of it is that there are evil people and that it's much easier for a bad person to come to power than for a good person to.
well,
And in the same respect, it's more difficult for a good person to stay in power if a bad person wants to take it from them. Uh, so
we're
it, I don't know, I think it's going to be really interesting
we're
when we
playing a
actually
lot
get
with
to see what's
narrative,
going on there.
right? We play a lot with narrative in this game and
Mm-hmm.
like really focusing on what the best possible narratives could be.
Yeah,
But but the thing is, I think what in this case, what makes the best story and what is the most realistic is probably not the same thing.
yeah,
And so there probably has to be some sort of a middle ground
yeah. And it's going to be neat
because,
to see what you
yeah,
put there because that's one of the things that I really love uh, in playing in your games is that uh, I can I can usually pick out like a couple different possibilities, but I never know where you're going to go. And that's one of the things that I love is your story is not predictable. And I love that.
Bill, I'm reminded of the moment where you guys were talking to Cynthia Sandsnout in
Yeah.
the Saturday game, and
Cynthia is the best, y'all. Oh my
and
god.
and she's like, and you're like, well, the guy that killed your
Husband.
husband is running for sheriff, and she's like, no, he isn't. It's a it's a clone of him. I'm not holding him responsible. I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably would be angry if I saw him, but I'm not going to hold him like in my head responsible for the sins of people who just happen to look like him. And you guys are like, but it would be simpler if you didn't.
Yeah. Well, that was such an interesting conversation. This is set in the same world. Uh, my character is going through some stuff, and she is a grave cleric who has very complicated thoughts on killing people right now. Um, and her best friend in the party is a clone that we have come across so many versions of. And so we're sitting there and we're talking about this NPC that's running for sheriff. And my character was just instantly like, we can murder him and then he couldn't take office. And the guy who's a clone goes, yes, we should do that. And another guy on the team is like, but we don't know if he is actually trying to help the NPC. We've given him the name Jerkson. It's like we don't know if he's trying to help Jerkson. And me and he says, he's a clone. That doesn't mean he's the same person. And me and the clone in the group are going, no, we should murder him just in case.
I love that when you talk to your god, it's funny. You talked to your god for divine guidance, and you said, "Is this basically?" You were like, "Is this an evil guy?" And your god responded with, "No, he's
He's
not
not
one of mine."
breathing past that. I
Yeah,
want
go
to
ahead.
real quick. Can I give a shout out for your game?
For the Wednesday one or the
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Wednesday night. There is a seat available in the game that Sumerian runs on Wednesdays. And it is myself, Phaedra, and Fuel PCing currently. And y'all, this group is a hoot. Like, I absolutely adore these folks. The characters they're playing are awesome. And it's just it's got such a fun vibe to it. So if you're interested, I'll throw a oh thank you, Fuel. There is a link in chat, and you can go take a look and consider joining us. This game is very different from the other two I'm playing in, and it's in a great way. So just saying, you can come join us. It'd be fabulous. Ooh,
I have been thinking about at some at how much game does Gob. Hey, that reminds me. I
yeah.
think someone was saying in one of our chats, not this week, but last week, that they would like to pledge at the highest amount, but they don't have time for the game, so they
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
So
Well,
I'm
I
wondering
will.
if we shouldn't have a tier for people that in that particular case. I'm not entirely sure.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so do a number, a select number that
Yeah.
provides the gameplay, and then do a separate of the same
Hmm.
amount that
Yeah. For
doesn't
just people who
apply.
want to
So yeah,
support but
okay, yeah,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's a really good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the question, I have the entire first game fully planned. Um, and so it's a matter of uh pulling together the resources that I would need, like the map and all that kind of stuff, and then scheduling it. So yeah,
I I'm eager to actually play in a game. That's going to be fun.
I
Uh
think it will be, and I think it's something we can probably schedule in the near future. Actually, give you a break, let you PC for once.
well, it'll probably well actually no, you are we going to do it on a Sunday?
Yeah, that was my
Okay.
thought. Is
Yeah,
that
that's a good idea. Yeah, yeah.
we were basically going to play that
Yeah, we
instead
could
of
do
the
that.
regular campaign
Yeah,
on a
no, we could
Sunday.
do that. To say, yeah,
Yeah,
actually give me a break. You're not you're yeah, I was thinking I was going to have to do both.
no,
No, that's a good
I'll
point.
give you a
Yeah.
full day off.
Oh my god, it's great.
I know. I'm so generous.
That could be a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah. Well, I have I know we talked my character concept already.
Mhm.
Although I saw a token recently that I really want to create character for. Um, so I guess
Wait.
I'll
Wait a minute. Hold
what
on. Rewind. They're just saying that you had a conversation about disposing of Chewie?
they did have. Yeah, there was a conversation that happened while you weren't there
Oh,
that involved. Yeah, yeah.
bring it.
Well, okay. So I actually, you know what? We got time. So what happened was, remember how you chopped off that dude's head?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they told me to.
Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Later on, they found out that that guy actually might have been friendly. He just never got a chance to, respond or,
Yeah.
I mean, like he thought you guys might not be friendly, so he took his
Yeah.
sleeping pill so he wouldn't answer your questions. And so they were like, maybe Chewie is a little impulsive. Maybe, um,
I love it.
yeah. Because
That was
one
the
of the things is
actual word he used.
it was one of those cases where it's like because one of the players even was like, but he said he did, he yelled back, he said, secure the prisoner. But then I was like, that is actually what you guys did though, you secured the prisoner. He was what according to the prisoner, that guy was part of a rescue off that went sideways when you guys interfered.
I love it. I love it. I made a friend, okay?
Yeah,
I made a friend at the bar.
that's fair too. Yes, that guy did not know what was going on and he was very scared.
He should be.
I always take it to the point of like, this is a guy who he's like, why is this random attractive woman so intensely interested in me at this moment in time? Am I going to wake up without kidneys?
Oh god, they took my kidneys.
God damn it. Again?
I have to say, I do want to give you a shout out for the next favorite NPC.
Oh.
Carl!
Carl. That
I
kills people, Carl.
oh, I did not know that. That is my least favorite thing to do. I am a huge fan of llamas and hats.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Gigantic fan of llamas and hats.
But yeah, no, there's oh yeah, and you also stole a trash can,
Well, yeah,
which I think we rolled for that, and
we
you
did, and I crit the roll.
something in it is of value, but I don't know if how that's
I
gonna work
rolled a
out.
natural 20 on whatever is in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I was like, you know what, just roll a 20. I want to see if there's just garbage in there or if you somehow lucked out into finding something valuable without realizing it. And you rolled a natural 20. So I'm like, well, that
That
answers
trash
that
can is the
question.
MacGuffin.
Yeah, that's it. That's the okay. Uh, no, hey,
Let
I'll
me.
tell you guys. Go ahead,
Oh, I have a question for you.
hit me.
What has been your favorite moment so far on Player and Book?
I have okay, so this is gonna sound bad. I have a problem enjoying things,
Mm-hmm.
or like, so that is not an easy question for me to answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna pivot to what is the most interesting thing
Okay.
that has happened.
Yeah.
Um, and I would say, gosh, that's a great question too. It's a little bit easier for me to answer because I don't have to worry about thinking about like enjoyment at all.
Yeah.
Um, too many to. I think early on,
Mm-hmm.
like episode 4 or 5 ish, when you guys encountered and interacted with the power plant,
Yeah.
because that helped inform me as to what the players wanted for the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I'd created this initial adventure with some, there were definitive bits I had, but also the ability to sort of like be a little flexible with it. I mentioned to you guys when we started that when this first adventure may be a little railroady,
Yeah.
but not too much, because it's how it goes. You want to you need to get people in, and then you can branch off once you've got everyone established. But once you guys started talking to the gods and started like really diving in both as players out of character sometimes and in character as your characters on like what does this mean? What is
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. So this is where we're gonna go into, and I do not personally care too much for philosophy as a
That is hilarious given how
yeah.
hard we lean into it.
I do not personally care much for philosophy as a discipline. However, you guys clearly showed some uh
Proclivity.
proclivity for that particular topic, so I decided to dive into it. So
Yeah.
I that one moment where you guys are talking to the gods, and I could see you guys realize that this is an this is a weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Taking two gods, throwing them into a box, and using it to generate power is not something I feel like. So it is in some sense an enjoyable moment for me because I got to see you guys not be necessarily able to predict what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody who could just come into that and be like, "This is what I think is going to happen," and be correct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's too out there. That's too
Yeah.
different. But
Obscure.
but it hopefully still works as a concept because you
Mm-hmm.
hear it and you're like, "Oh, I never would have guessed that," but it works
Yeah.
really well for this world.
Yeah.
And then I can see you guys react to it, and then that informs me where I need to go in the future with the concepts that you're playing with.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say so. And it's a big moment. Like that's not a singular sort of like single phrase or anything like
Yeah.
that. Although another moment later on, which it's always going to be like me being appreciative of you guys appreciating me. So
Fair.
like later on when I did the speech that you pulled out of the book and everyone was just like, wow, I really really like that. what was it? The currencies of control speech from
Yes.
the Arg and the Ageless book. And I was just like, oh, everyone really, really liked that. That makes me actually a little happy. Cool, because I am as the Lady Gaga song says, I live for the applause.
Yep. Applause,
Um,
applause.
I
Applause,
would not.
applause. Applause,
Yeah, yeah.
applause.
I die if people don't clap, as Tinkerbell might. So my most enjoyable moments are always going to be the ones where people really liked the thing I did.
I'm from now on,
Oh,
whenever we get online, I'm gonna
I,
start clapping at you.
I don't mean literally, but fair enough. I but yeah, no, it's always going to be those. If you're talking about like anything close to joy for me is always going to come from other people being like, "Wow, what you just did there was really cool." That's the reason why I became a content creator in the first place.
That's
Sad
no,
is
it's
what it.
not. I get it, because that's why I got into theater.
Mm.
There's something
There's a
um
hole inside both of us.
there's something very rewarding about being able to touch people's souls, for lack of a
Mm.
better way to put it. I mean, when you put something out there and it has an impact on somebody, and a positive impact, and they tell you that, that is that is deeply meaningful. Um so I get that, cuz I do that when I used to do theater. Same thing. I did it because I loved that energy transference between what I'm giving and the audience receives, and then they give me something back, and there's this exchange, and I think that's just is beautiful, and that's art in a
Yeah,
nutshell.
I love how poetic you treat it. For me, there's a deep, dark, sucking hole in my chest, and I just need people to kind of hold the walls
Yeah.
temporarily.
Oh no, the emotional void is always
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. I just need some people to hold the walls apart temporarily so it doesn't close in on itself and I don't die.
That's yeah.
That's about it.
Please don't. I'd be really pissed off at you.
Ugh.
All right, can we take like a 10-minute break so I can eat
I mean, we
real
could
fast?
break. I mean, we could be. We've gone through all the questions we needed to. I
Did
think
we?
and it's more than an hour now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, whatever.
It's up to you. Do you if you
Wait,
want to
did
keep going?
we answered that one? Um,
Did we? I mean, there's a
Further
couple
to
in the
earlier
bonus.
conversation, does Heimel have a ninja clan called the
I
Elbow?
I saw that one. I wasn't treating it as a serious question,
I
but that's
am.
fair. Um.
They actually
uh,
have the uvula.
Well, see, because I guess the joke is that the hand would be like an
Yes.
actual real world.
No, the foot.
Uh, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The hand would be an actual real world sort of ninja clan, and
Yeah.
then the foot is sort of making a joke about that.
Yeah.
Um, so what's we got
I'm,
hands,
I'm saying
feet,
the uvula.
and
Ah.
there are secret societies. I do have a name for a secret society, but it is not a ninja clan. It's a vampire intelligence agency, sort of supranational. Um, International would be a better word.
Okay.
Um, but it is called the Fanged Circle. And I had a player in a previous campaign who was part of that,
Yeah.
actually. So yeah, there are secret societies. I don't know about a ninja clan though. Um,
I just remembered that Mara is in a society. I totally forgot about that.
yeah, yeah, and I think well, it's not a secret society, but Esequa is in a
She is?
an organization,
Yeah.
and I think that's everybody. Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about everybody. But yeah, there's plenty of organizations that exist. Sometimes they're more involved, sometimes they're less involved.
Yeah.
I really do like the Fang Circle of like having an international intelligence agency that is literally just sort of pushing their own agendas to
Yeah.
all of the world's governments
Yeah.
as a
Oh my god, the
vampires.
vampires are the Illuminati.
They are a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah. But there's also like there's a in the Wednesday game there's another secret society we've been talking about, which is the Inquisition,
Hmm.
which is something that has come up. I don't know if it's come up with you in one of the games yet, but it will eventually because it's like the main focus of the story right now.
Hmm.
And I had this fun moment. Well, for me, it was sort of fun where So the corporation that you guys invaded and stole your dude from
Yeah.
is called Inquest.
Okay.
And I had the brain of
That
the
is a
ship.
terrifying name for a company.
Yeah, well, it's in dash quest.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the brain of the ship be like, you guys, you guys really understand what that's just the Inquisition, but with extra steps, right? That they're just and because
Ooh la la, somebody's getting laid in college.
I really we'll go on a break here in a sec because I know you got to eat your food, but but it's one of those things where it's like I have a problem because I'll do these things where I'll create something that I think is particularly clever,
Yeah.
but there will also be characters present while you're talking about them and not getting it necessarily, who are very intelligent.
Yeah.
And I'm running those NPCs, and I have to be like, well, shit.
How do I do this?
that
I
character
gave
would
you the sign.
that character that's standing next to you right now would absolutely
Murder
in
the shit out of you.
well, no, would absolutely make the
Oh,
connection you're not making.
yeah, yeah,
And then I what I'll usually do is, and I'd say this to a lot of people, is like keep an NPC around your players at all times that they trust because
yeah,
it gives you that opportunity. If
yeah,
they go long enough, you just be like, all right, I'm just going to give this to you by having the NPC who would
yeah.
figure it out, give it to them.
And it makes perfect sense. It's perfect for a gentle nudge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you want to take a break or do you want to
Yeah.
just go ahead and break?
I mean, we can. I don't know. What do you want to do? Do y'all want us to keep going, or should we go ahead and wish everyone a wonderful evening? Do not feel obligated to say you want us to keep going. If you don't, it's fine. It was me. I didn't get the obvious. That was us, Fuel.
Hey, that was a group effort, yes.
That was yes. That was a group, huh? All right. Well, how about this? Why don't we
I,
break for the evening?
I think we'll take a break for the
And
evening,
then
yeah.
if we want when I finish eating and you've eaten something, then we can hop on
Diablo 2?
a different channel or something.
Diablo 2?
Okay.
You
Yeah.
want to do Diablo 2?
Play some Diablo 2. We could do that. I could
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say it's 7:22. Let's say 8 p.m. on Goblin Katie's channel. Do you want to do it on Goblin Katie or on here?
Let's do it on Goblin Cage's channel.
Okay. Over on Goblin Katie, twitch.tv/Goblin Katie, we're going to play some Diablo 2 tonight
If
and
you,
probably continue talking trash.
I don't know if you can because I don't know how OBS works, but if you could start your other stream, you could rate it with this one and have that other one starting soon, sort of
Oh,
deal.
yeah. Well, can I do that? I cannot do that because I have to shut off
I
OBS
had a
for
feeling.
this stream to launch it for mine. So,
Yeah.
uh, but I can go ahead and tell you that we will be on at 8 o'clock. And if you follow, you can set a notification, and I will also post to my socials.
Put a link to Goblin's channel, please.
Yeah, I got it.
Maybe we'll actually kill what's her face, because we were pretty close to the end of Act 1.
Thank you,
And
and you
Daria.
have a lovely day as well.
Indeed.
All right. Yeah, we'll catch up with you guys at 8. If
Yeah,
you're
peace.
bored, come on by.
And yeah, peace out, motherfuckers. Credits to cartography by Shay and Peku, cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, character tokens by Greek46, custom tokens by Shay and Peku Tokens, overlay art by Packstream, custom world map by Frecklesketches, logo by Luke McCay, and try not to die, because I don't have an outro yet. And we'll see you very shortly.